Leslie, and I am the health and fitness specialist at the Stratford Road location, where I teach yoga, do personal training, and make killer playlists for people in my classes. And I also live out my why and my passion every day when I'm working with my clients. So, how did I get into this field? Well, that's a kind of a long story. I've been working in the fitness industry since I was 18, so that is like 13 some odd years. And I have done a lot of different aspects of this industry. I started off teaching group fitness. I took my first step class when I was around 17, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. So I learned how to teach step and became a group fitness instructor. And then throughout college, I just kept learning more. Majored in exercise science at ETSU, learned a lot. And then after that, I took some time off because I got severely burnt out from teaching group fitness. In my early 20s, I was teaching up to probably 10 to 20 classes a week. And I just got kind of tired of it, and I was also trying to pursue dance professionally. And so I was really trying to focus on that. And fast forward to when I was 25, and I hit my quarter life crisis. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. Like many people, well, not like many people. I wasn't like most people. I took a non-traditional path. I was working freelance. I wasn't really doing a typical 9 to 5. I also didn't go get my master's in anything, which a lot of people do with exercise science. A lot of my friends, for example, went to PT school or OT school or became PTAs. I didn't. I just went right into working into gyms and working in the health industry, in the medical industry. And I got really sad and depressed because I didn't feel like I was doing anything with my life. So I decided to do something I've always wanted to do, and that was go get my 200-hour yoga teacher training, because I have been doing yoga pretty seriously for quite some time. And the reason why I was drawn to yoga when I was doing yoga was like, I really think I can take something into this. So I became a yoga teacher when I was 25, technically 26. So I've been teaching yoga for 5 years. And then about 2 years ago, I wanted to do more because I was getting, again, to be burnt out teaching yoga, because again, I had gotten myself up to teaching over 10 classes a week, and some pretty intense yoga classes. So I decided to pursue my exercise physiologist certification through the American College of Sports Medicine. And so now I do it all. I do personal training, and I love to do sports-specific training. I love to do training for those who have special needs. Maybe they have certain diseases or chronic ailments, things that need a little bit more extra time and attention and care. I kind of specialize in that. And then I do yoga, and I love to do sport-specific yoga. I also love to do yoga for body image and helping those reclaim their bodies. And then I can do all sorts of other stuff, but that's another time and another story. So my why. My why has changed over the years. As I have gotten older, it has gone from a really, really broad topic to being really more narrow. And my main why is to have people not be like me. So I spent a good chunk of my life battling disordered eating and an eating disorder, leading up to being pretty anorexic and orthorexic and an exercise addiction in my college years, which ultimately ended my dance career. Professionally, like being in a company. I became a dance teacher and a choreographer and worked regionally. But my goals of hitting the big time and doing big company work, I decided to choose recovery instead of that. And so as I was working with these kids and in the dance world, I started realizing I wanted to change the next generation. I wanted to help others not live a life of turmoil and struggle like I did. And then once I started working in colleges and working in campus recreation and teaching adjunct, I started reaching out to more college kids where I saw myself in so many of these individuals, right? They are struggling with where they are in the world, who they're at with their body, going through these changes. And a lot of mental disorders kind of begin in that realm of the college age. So I began to really kind of focus in on being the yoga teacher, the personal trainer, the exercise physiologist who is helping those navigate this world that can be pretty toxic and can lead to body dysmorphia or these feelings of inadequacy, potentially even an eating disorder. So that's my goal, is to help people reclaim their bodies, connect to it in a positive way, showing them that movement is beautiful and that it doesn't have to be punishment, and just learning how to treat our bodies with respect. And especially as women, it's sometimes difficult to see our bodies as a positive thing, but just knowing that we are strong, and that it's all about balance, and it's time for you to take up space. So that's kind of really what I'm focusing on, is that those in the mental health realm, especially working on with those who are in recovery, as I continue to go on to do some other trauma sensitive and recovery based specialties. Finally, my favorite snack, go-to food. I love to eat, which is kind of weird because I spent most of my years not eating or being very, very strict with my food. But as time has gone on, especially as I started incorporating more intuitive eating into my life, I've learned to navigate my food allergies with a peace. And not view them as being restrictive and life-ending. So I have a lot of food allergies. I really love, and I'm not gonna say coffee, because you all know I'm gonna say that, but one of my favorite go-tos is I love making different kind of protein balls and protein bars. I love making ones with chocolate chips, because who doesn't love chocolate chips? So that's kind of pretty much my go-to. My other go-to one that I love, and I eat it almost every day, is I do protein yogurt. And this is a trick I got from my bodybuilder friends in college. You take your favorite kind of yogurt, and then you put a scoop of protein, or 2 scoops depending on how big your yogurt is, and you stir it all together. So you get a little extra bit of protein, and especially for those of us who do non-dairy yogurts, some of the protein content isn't that high. So adding that extra scoop of protein helps kind of round out your yogurt. And then I also like to sometimes mash up a banana or some blueberries, throw in some chia seeds, and of course chocolate chips, because I love my chocolate chips. And I have it with an iced coffee, and that's usually what I have in the afternoons. So I'm glad you made it through this whole video to learn a little bit more about me and my why. My name is Leslie. If you have any questions or you want to know more about what I do or some of my favorite protein ball recipes, just email me.